So I think that from the mobilization of resources, everything is on track. It has to be done quickly because the war continues. The war cannot wait for bureaucratic procedures. And I think that our answer and our overcoming of the institutional difficulties has been quick and showing a new era in our relations with Russia. And one of the things that the European Union has to do is to decrease as quick as possible its dependency on oil and Russian oil and gas. We pay a very high bill to Putin, and this money is being used to finance its military aggression. I want also to differentiate between Putin and Putin regime and the Russian people. We are sure that the Russian people don't want this war. This is a war started by Putin and by Putin regime with a clique of oligarchs who are supporting him. And we are strongly convinced that one of the best ways of fighting is to fight against the black money issue from corruption that supports the people who support Putin. And on the measures taken yesterday and approved by legislative procedures by the Commission at the proposal of the Commission and the High Representative, an important package of these measures are addressed to fight the money that these people, these oligarchs, have in our banks and our financial systems. And I am very happy to know that Switzerland has joined us on the implementation of this package, because without the participation of Switzerland, our measures would have been not as much effective as needed. But that's a very good news that Switzerland joins the efforts of the European Union to fight financially and to fight against corruption and to fight against the dark money, the black money of the oligarchs who are supporting Putin, that are being targeted by our sanctions, and they will continue being targeted by our sanctions. We'll talk later more about how to fight against corruption, because corruption is part also of the challenges we have to face. We are also worried about the situation in other countries of the neighborhood, mainly Moldova and Georgia. And I am heading for Chisinau on Wednesday to meet with the Moldovan authorities and meet with Ukrainian people who have been forced by Putin aggression to leave their homes and look for help, for shelter, their need of assistance in Moldova. But Moldova is mainly one of the countries in which we believe that the Russian pressure can be increasing on the coming days. Also, in the Western Balkans, as I announced on Friday, I decided to mobilize the reserve of the Althea operation. And up to now, 500 men and women will reinforce this force on the ground. And I thank the countries who will be providing this reinforcement of our capacity to control the situation through the Operation Althea. I think it's a prudent and proportionate sign of our determination to maintain the stability at Bosnia-Herzegovina and face possible destabilization activities by Russia in the Balkans. All that shows that we have been able to react quickly and in unity. All that shows the importance of advancing towards the adoption of this strategic compass that when I presented was a way to stress that Europe needs to awake from the security and defense dimension, that our effort on security and defense has to be more evident. From this point of view, I welcome the decision by Germany to take important steps on increasing their defense capacities, but the increase on defense capabilities of the member states of the European Union has to be done in a coordinated manner, because altogether our defense expenditure is four times the defense expenditure of Russia, unequal to the one of China. But certainly, we cannot say that it's equally efficient. So we have to spend more, but overall, we need to spend better. And Europe is the framework in which this increase on the efficiency of our military expenditure has to take place. We have no other choice but to stand together as European Union in support of Ukraine, keeping in mind that it's not just supporting the Ukrainian people, it's also supporting our security and also the stability of the world. This is going to have a price. This is not a free lunch. Sanctions will backlash. Sanctions have a cost. And it's better to express and to explain to our public opinion that this is the truth. But we have to be ready to pay this price now, because if not, we will have to pay a much bigger price in the future. I think it's important to face that with determination and realism. We are turning a page on the history of the European integration and also on the history of Europe in the post-World War and in the post-Cold War. The relations with Russia will no more be determined by trade, believing that trade will make a political transformation of the regime. We want to support the Russian people. I am just recording a message, another message to the Russian people. We don't want to fight with them. We want just to defend Ukraine first and a way of living after in front of the Russian aggression. Well, I am wrong saying the Russian aggression. It's better to say from the Putin aggression and the Putin regime aggression, which is antithetic with ours. Values, and that's why we are standing behind the people of Ukraine.